My name is Lisa Quisenberry, and I'm a freelance artist. I attended art school. I attended Cal State Long Beach. I was there as a fine art major. I was not the best student, so I did not graduate, but I had some really great training in my life drawing and my life painting classes. There came a point where I needed to get a full-time job again, and I answered an ad that was in the throw paper that just shows up on your doorstep. I answered the ad. It was down at Southeast 25th. I just went into this building. Guy asked me some questions. I had no idea it was actually Six Flags sign shop. When I originally walked in, I thought, hey, this looks like my dad's garage, because there were designers in one area, and then you walk through a door. There were men painting signs, and then at the other end of the shop, it was a great big warehouse, there were the men who were constructing the signs. So I worked for them from 98 to 03. During that time, it actually gave me a career I didn't know I was going to be having. I could paint, but this actually gave me a sign painting career. I developed the skills needed to be a sign painter. I became a freelance artist by God's grace in 05, and I've been a freelance artist since then. That being said, I am at the mercy of God. He provides jobs, connections. I've never really had to advertise. I've worked for different people who did really great projects all over the state. One of the biggest things we got to do for the centennial was the train mural downtown. I, along with another person, we were painting the people. But then Lee Allen Smith, who is in charge, he's Mr. Bigwig here in Oklahoma City, he actually preferred the way I painted. So he told Palmer to quit using that other person and to just have me paint the people. So what's nice for me is when I look at the train, I did get to put my own kids. I put my uncles, the farmer, my own preachers, the preacher that's on the train, people, the Boy Scouts are people I know, the Girl Scouts. It just allowed me to use ordinary people that I knew are now represented on the train also. Back to Lee Allen Smith, he also had me do another project, the Jim Thorpe Sports Museum, to try to tie in the event center with the museum downstairs. And so I was fortunate to get to paint 33 portraits of Oklahoma athletes on those walls. A year or so ago, the Science Museum started a big upgrade that allowed me to paint the entrance for the children's area and the name for the children's area. And you kind of walk in, and there's great big portraits up there, and I was asked to paint those portraits, so that was nice. So there's 18 of those people I painted. The most rewarding project I ever had was when I worked at the Children's Hospital, the OU Children's Hospital downtown. I was there. I had 15 spaces to paint. They each had a different theme. Anyways, by the time I got around and finished 3 of the hallways, there was a little boy. He hadn't been out of his bed in 2 months, but while I was painting, he actually got up out of his bed and walked the halls just so he could see what I had done. I think God is gracious, and He allows everybody to have some talent. Somehow, some way, He's gifted you with something. I'm fortunate in that He's allowed it to be obvious. And I can't really always take credit because it's just a gift that God allowed me to have. My mother's an artist. All my kids are talented when it comes to art. And then we have honed that skill. But it really is something gracious God has allowed us to have. But in everything, just trying to do your very best at what you've been asked to do is so important, because that's your name. and just that it's just been a real pleasure that I'm able to mix a passion, an ability. God has allowed it through using my left hand. I gotta take really good care of this hand.